What I've been doing more recently is actually not doing line art, like sketches by the line, but by blocks of color. What should I say? It helped me see things on a bigger scale, but you get what I mean. Like what I do right now is just like go and, you know, draw these big cloth shapes. It really helped me with thinking about how lighting would work in some situations, because let's say there's this head and without any lighting it's just a blob, but if I imagine the shadow as a shape as a whole and think about what the shape of the shadow would be. Like I just imagine what shape the shadows would make. So for example, like if I draw a blob, I would go be like, so if lighting was actually coming from the top, it would make like this kind of shape, you know, shadows here and here. And then, you know, there'll be shadows here and here, like this area, whatnot, etc. You know? Just imagine this overall shape of the shadow instead of thinking in lines. It's what I want to explain. So if you apply that to like something more complicated, like an entire body or something, you would know where which parts would be light and which parts would be shadow. Shadows make form. There are no lines in real life. Exactly. Like making shapes of shadow rather than dividing them into light, dark regions with lines. Does this help your render your lighting better? Definitely. Because it makes me understand. Because you know how like in art class and stuff, they're like, okay, draw a circle, and then you're gonna shade it. You know, so it looks like the light is coming from the top left. Like the usual stuff. It's like, but a really easy way to understand shadows is like the shadow shapes, and then you go with the in-between, you know, like, oh, it makes a, you know, slightly different color as the boundary, and you know, sometimes the shadow is darker near the actual object. But if you look at it overall, the shape of the shadow stays the same. You just, you know, let's say this is someone's arm or finger or something. Then you're just like, oh, I'm gonna make it so that there's a shadow here. Like this is the very basic form of the shape of the shadow, like cell shade. But even if you look at some of the animes these days, what they do is like, even if it's like a solid shadow, they add a single. It depends on, I guess, on the character designer and stuff, but they add like a single solid. This is a very vague example. Single solid line here. Right? But in reality, you know, things are more blended or not. When something hits or light hits an object or something, it's not always the same color. But, you know, they're still the same general shape of the shadow. So if you understand what shape of shadow or shape of light, whichever you want to think about, it's how it hits an object, and then you can add like texture to it or change the color, whatnot. Painting is all about shapes, edges, and values. That's what I've been really learning or thinking about recently. It's just like, wow.